project begins 1/3 of a mile west of State Road 229 near Hillcrest Estates Drive and runs to approximately 1 mile east of State Road 129, ending near Fisherman Road. The need for this project is twofold. The surface of the pavement has begun to show its age since it was last resurfaced in 2013. Distresses such as potholes are starting to develop. In addition, there's a history of crashes throughout the corridor over the last several years. Between the beginning of 2021 and the end of 2023, there were 95 crashes along State Road 46 between Hillcrest Estates Drive and Fisherman Road, including 25 crashes involving injuries. Looking at the most recent crash data in 2024, there were an additional 41 crashes in the corridor, including 12 with injuries. Additional information between Hillcrest Estates Drive and Beetle Boulevard became available to the project team after the environmental document was published, so the total number of crashes within the entire project limits is even higher than we had originally thought. The purpose of this project is to improve safety by reducing the number of crashes within the corridor and increase the service life of the existing pavement. At INDOT, we commonly refer to this type of project as resurfacing, repaving, or an asphalt mill and overlay. And still others refer to it as a mill and fill job, but these phrases all refer to the same general work type. The top layer of asphalt is removed with a milling machine and replaced with new hot mix asphalt, or HMA. On this project, we'll remove the top 1.5 inches of the existing pavement and replace it with new HMA that will match the existing thickness. Right sizing is a roadway safety improvement that includes reducing the number of through lanes on an existing roadway. It's also sometimes referred to as a road diet. It is generally completed without reducing the existing pavement widths, and it usually includes the addition of a center turn lane. Right-sizing projects have been shown to be extremely cost-effective when completed at the same time as an HMA mill and overlay. You're probably beginning to ask yourself, how do we know this project will reduce crashes along State Road 46 in the future? To answer that question, we first must provide you with a little more detail about the proposed project. Currently, most of the corridor consists of 2 through lanes in each direction, with left turn lanes at 3 major intersections, State Road 229, Pearl Street, and State Road 129. Through most of the project limits, the existing posted speed limit is 40 miles per hour. This project will reduce the number of through lanes to 1 lane in each direction, but the overall existing pavement width won't change. This will allow us to add left turn lanes at most major intersections, and a 2-way left turn lane will be provided between the major intersections. The posted speed limit through the corridor will not be changed as a part of this project. However, more consistent through speeds are anticipated along the corridor because the safety improvement will reduce the potential for hard braking. Overall, we anticipate that drivers may see up to 1 additional minute of travel time within the corridor. Currently, when a vehicle is waiting to turn left at an intersection, such as this car indicated in red, they block the shared left through lane while they're waiting. Traffic behind them makes a split-second decision to either wait or shift to the right lane to go around the waiting vehicle. These quick decisions and unexpected lane shifts increase the probability of a crash. In addition, the vehicle making the left turn currently crosses 2 lanes of through traffic. When this project is completed, nearly all major intersections will have a dedicated left turn lane. This will provide a safe place for vehicles to wait before making their left turn. The left-turning vehicle will only need to cross 1 lane of traffic, and the other vehicles can move through the intersection without being blocked or weaving around a waiting vehicle. At Tucolvie specifically, vehicles turning left from State Road 46 onto Tucolvie will also have a left turn phase added to the traffic signal timing, so they will have a protected left turn movement. One more item of note about the proposed improvements is that bike lanes will not be included as a part of this project. This proposed configuration will allow for dedicated left turn lanes to be added at 8 new intersections. These locations include the intersections of Columbus Ave, Beetle Boulevard, Morton Way, Tucolvie, and many others listed here on the screen. In this video, we're giving you an idea of what to expect. The major difference between the roadway shown in the video and this project in Batesville is that bike lanes will not be installed in Batesville. Similar projects have been completed throughout Indiana over the last several years, and in each case, crashes have been reduced. For instance, on the east side of Bloomington, along State Road 46, after the number of lanes were reduced from 4 to 2, and a center turn lane was added, just like this proposed project, users have seen an impressive 83% reduction in injury crashes. Along US 40 in Brazil, Indiana, analysis of before and after on the right-sizing project from 2020 has shown a reduction in injury crashes of more than 90%. There are many other similar projects listed here on the screen, and the injury crash frequency has been reduced by anywhere from 50 to 100% depending on the location. Overall, throughout the US, the Federal Highway Administration has seen a 19 to 47% reduction in total crashes when this type of improvement has been implemented. These results mean a reduction in the potential for injury, property damage, and the delays that drivers experience in the aftermath of a car crash. This project is following the National Environmental Policy Act, or NEPA process. NEPA requires us to analyze and evaluate the impacts of a proposed project to the natural and socioeconomic environments. NEPA is a decision-making process that begins with a purpose in need. Next, alternatives are created and screened, and a preferred alternative is identified. For each alternative, impacts are analyzed and evaluated. For instance, what impacts this project may have on the community? Can the impacts be minimized or avoided? And if not, what mitigation may be needed on the project? Many different factors are considered when evaluating potential impacts. For instance, how the project may impact right-of-way, endangered species, cultural resources such as historic districts, parks and recreational lands such as trails, and many other factors are all considered during this review. This project will be completed within the existing right-of-way, so no right-of-way will be purchased, and no other impacts have been identified during the NEPA review. 3 alternatives were considered. The first of those is the no-build, or do-nothing alternative, which is always carried forward in a NEPA study. The second alternative considered was to perform the necessary pavement maintenance, just a typical mill and fill of the roadway. This would include repainting the pavement markings to match the existing lane configuration. This alternative would address the issues of pavement distresses, but it would not address the safety concerns in the corridor. And finally, the third alternative considered was a mill and overlay with the right sizing to reduce the 3 lanes and add a center turn lane. This alternative would address both the pavement distresses and reduce the frequency of crashes. The draft environmental document that has been developed includes analysis of these alternatives. The draft document has been advertised in the local newspaper and is now available for public comment. A copy is available at this hearing and on the project website for your review. The anticipated schedule for the remainder of the project will include collecting public comments until May 20th, and it is anticipated that the environmental document will be completed by July. The project is expected to bid in December, and construction is expected to begin in the spring or early summer of 2026. The total anticipated construction costs for this project are expected to be approximately $3.6 million. During construction, you can expect to see periodic single-lane closures and flagging operations to facilitate traffic through the work zone. If you own property with a driveway on State Road 46, you will be contacted on an individual basis a few days